back to the channel. This is Evan with the Swing Trade Pros team here, and we're going to do another trade recap for this evening. This is going to be another paid alert service trade setup. So I want to let you guys know that people are actually paying for these trade setups, and I want to give just a couple per week, just to give you guys an idea of what kind of profits our community is making from these trade setups. And so I hope you guys like the content, and make sure you guys stay tuned. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to go through my standard process here. As I did for the previous setup, Data BTC, that thing ripped like 15 or 20% already, and that was just within a day. It could actually keep running. That asset seems to be very bullish right now, especially on the daily time scale. But let's go and look at another asset here. We're going to go to Live Coin Watch, right? We're going to go click our filters, make sure it's on market cap and at least 15 million, because we don't want to deal with some really crappy coin. But most of these coins that I'm calling out are actually on Binance, because I feel like Binance is probably the most trusted exchange to trade on. Although that obviously is up for debate too. But anyways, Binance it is. So just kind of scroll through here, kind of look at the order books and see what kind of disparity we have, right? So I liked Augur. There was almost a 2-to-1 ratio here for buyers to sellers. It's up a little bit versus Bitcoin here on 2%. So let's look at the pattern. Let's look at the chart, right? Okay, so we're on the 4-hour time scale. We see a 4-hour sell signal in, okay, but that doesn't really mean that it's going to be a bad setup, okay? So let's kind of zoom out here and kind of get an idea of what's happening on that. Let's even turn off all the signals for now and kind of zoom out entirely. Okay, let's go to like the weekly time scale. Okay, you can see that it touched the 50% area and kind of retraced. But if you guys look carefully, okay, if you guys look carefully at this pattern, okay, you could clearly see that it's been making higher lows, right? So it started here, but it's been continuing to make higher lows. So we could actually draw a trend line just like this, okay, and we can assume that it's going to hold this as an upsloping support. All right. Next, what I want to do is, okay, maybe we can grab some downsloping resistance that this asset might have. Okay, it already looks to me like we're like forming a pattern here, right? Now this is obviously a bearish pattern because it's obviously just continuing to make lower highs versus Bitcoin, right? And that's fine. But it's at an area where it could reverse the price action. So it's in a downsloping channel. Okay. If you drew this line out further, obviously it's been making higher lows, so that's good. We kind of want to see that in an asset. Making higher lows could mean a trend reversal, right? So now that we have this drawn, you can kind of get an idea that these are like the boundaries or resistance areas and support areas of this asset. And then we can clearly see that we could draw a line right up top of this 382 fib extension, because that's where current resistance is. Okay, you guys can clearly see what this pattern is. Okay, to me, this looks like an ascending triangle, right? Now these typically break up. Now let's look at the weekly. Okay, the weekly looks like we crossed here, but we're just kind of maintaining this positive momentum. It's not really doing anything. It's just sitting, right? I mean, it hasn't crossed down. Okay, so that's good, but that doesn't mean it can't. Like, this isn't necessarily ideal for a big move. Let's go to a 3-day chart to kind of see what's happening. Okay, this may not actually be a good setup, so we're about to find out. Okay, the 3-day looks like it might come down a little bit more, right? Let's go to the daily. Okay, so the daily actually looks like it might cross back up, right? So that's good. There's that. That's a good variable to look at. And you can clearly see that we are forming some sort of RSI bullish divergence here. This is on the daily time scale. Now let's go to a 4-hour. How do we have it on the 4-hour? Okay, we can clearly see that we're in the bullish territory. We're sitting at 54 on the RSI. We did have RSI bullish divergence on the 4-hour to create this move up on the RSI. So I would say that this is probably going to move within the next day or two, especially with that daily RSI about to cross up on the MACD. Okay. So let's get some targets and let's get a little trade set up here. Okay. So we're just going to use this is just like a FOMO. Let's hit the 50% retrace area. Okay, like, because I remember we drew this on the daily time scale, I think, or on the weekly time scale. We do this on the weekly, right? Okay, yeah, so the weekly, obviously there's some wicks there. There's that wick there, right? So we can just, as long as we got the candle bodies, we're good, okay? But we can, we can narrow this down to, you know what, we can actually raise this up. Doesn't really, if anything, it just gives us more room to run, right? So now let's throw on the support resistance levels. Okay, so we have a resistance right here around that 1550 area, okay? So what I'm going to do is, since we know that, okay, I'm going to shut this off. By the way, the support resistance levels are part of the STP indicator package that you guys can get. It comes with 10 indicators. It's, a reasonable price per month. We can discuss all that later on. If you guys join the Discord, the link's in the description below. By the way, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Make sure you guys smash that like button and definitely provide a comment down in the comment section below if you guys like this content, okay? All right, so here we go. We're in an ascending triangle. We can actually also see somewhat of a wedge forming here, okay? It's making higher lows, right? And now let's throw on that RSI band. Where are we? Okay, we're in the middle, okay? We're not, this is the daily, by the way. So like a lot of information happening here, but look at the 4 hours. See how it's squeezed, coming in on a squeeze like that? What's gonna happen, boys and girls? Boys and girls, we're probably going to get a break to the upside. We saw the disparity in the order book. There's more buyers and sellers. We're in a squeeze on the RSI. We have bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Lots of coinciding variables there, right? So that's perfect, right? We want all those coinciding variables to add up to the move here, right? So let's get some targets on this move. Okay, we're gonna fib from our wick up here, okay, from our swing high up here to our swing low down here, okay, and we're gonna get targets of, right where we are, 1421. That's a target. 1560, and the measured move on the falling wedge. Well, it's not really a falling wedge; it's more of an ascending triangle. But, we'll just give some conservative targets so that we get to them. 1680 and maybe up to the golden zone here, 1810, where the top of this triangle is, okay? So maybe even close to 1900, right? Well, I'm going to post this trade setup as a live trade setup, and I will give you guys a trade recap tomorrow with the results of this trade, okay? So make sure you guys stay tuned for that video. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys provide a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.